Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Dahlia. If it's your first time here, then welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you coming back and for all the love and support. Today I am coming on with the reveal for a collage art journaling monthly challenge that Miss Rosa from Sun and Moon Arts was so gracious to do. For us who want to learn how to do art collages and work with mixed media, and this was the very first one. And today, June 29th, is the reveal of what we created with the hashtag Coming Up Roses. Now, Coming Up Roses can mean anything for a lot of people. It can be just a gardening scene, it could be however you interpret it. There is no right or wrong. For me, I dug a little deep. So before I get into my thought process, let me show you what it looks like. Sorry, guys. So this is the book that I altered. I bought some fabric from my Joann's haul not too long ago. And this book originally started out burgundy. It is a bullet journal style book. I actually did bullet journaling here at one point. So I decided to use this. I thought that the size was perfect for me to be able to work with. I don't do well in small spaces, which is why ATC cards are very challenging for me. 2.5 by 3.5 is just not a lot of space to create for me. So I started gluing. I still have to finish decorating the inside. And I started gluing some of the pages together because, you know, it is going to get a little thick. And I guess the glue I was using was old or wasn't. So it started, some of the pages started coming apart. So I got to go back and glue that. But this is what I came up with. And Miss Rosa was gracious enough to do a process video for us on how to think of the prompt, what it should say. I mean, everybody's going to interpret it differently, but I did use quite a few different mediums. So I did use some scrap pieces of paper, and I'll insert an image somewhere on the screen so you can see what the underlayer looked like. And then I gessoed it so you can see some of the edges. And I'll insert a picture of that somewhere on the screen so you can see what the second phase looked like. And then everything else was just building on it. So I did use some, I had these Fabric-Castell gelatos in my stash for, oh my God, I want to say about 2 years now. And I had never used them until now. So it was a perfect opportunity for me to pull those out. I did use some scraps, like this is paper that has roses on it. And I think I have a piece around here somewhere. They look like that. And what I did, originally those pieces were to add on to back toppers to add height. But I took one of them and I just spread it out so it'll give it some dimension, but not add too much that I couldn't close the book. And I used the word missing. I'll explain it all once I tell you all the different layers. This was an antique writing stamp I had in my stash. This was actually a Tim Holtz stencil from one of the mixed media mixed media distress stain like kits. And then just with a darker color blue, just kind of stamped different images to break up the blue. I originally tried, and I suck at drawing, to do like a sky with a grounded, like grassy area. I did add some different shades of green in here just to give it a little bit of dimension. Like I said, I can't draw to save my life, but I tried. I used this flourish stamp that said blessed. Using a stencil again here. These stickers came out of a book that Rosa, Isabel, and Janet, Crafty with Isabel Mom to Create, and Rosa from Sun and Moon Arts had all purchased or were gifted. And since I work in a bookstore, I had it and I fell in love with it. And that's where this little girl comes in from, and this one, Reaching for the Sky. So that's where that came out, as well as this sticker. This vase of roses I had in my stash, as well as this one. I believe these two were gifted to me by Miss Nicole, Sunshine Honeybees, as well as the flower. And I used this doily here just to bring out more color, and I actually used this spray stain, distress spray stain, which is a raspberry color, just to give it a pop of color. Now for me, coming up roses, without giving you my whole life story, was more personal to me. For a while I was a single mom, and somehow along the way you get lost in the routine, and in everyone else's lives, your children, your job, not yourself. Hence the word missing. I never took time for myself. I never did what I like to do. It was all about the sacrifices and the routines for my 3 children, which is why I immediately fell in love with this girl, just like lost, looking out into the sky, just trying to figure things out. And then the butterfly, just that, for me, signifying like life is fleeting and it's just going, and you're kind of just lost. And then I met an amazing man, and that's my husband. We've been together over 11 years now, and life changed. Coming up roses for me means coming out on top, finding yourself, finding who you are, finding what drives you, what gives you joy. And that's why I fell in love with this one, because she looks like she's reaching to the sky, like the sky's the limit. I wanted to tie in the word rose, so that's why I put the roses, as well as don't forget to stop and smell the roses, to just take a moment and regroup and just kind of figure yourself out. But for my first attempt ever, I think it came out okay. I did listen to a lot of the tips that Miss Rosa mentioned in her video, which I will leave a link down below. I encourage you to go check out the hashtag Coming Up Roses, so you can see all the other beautiful creations that people have done. One of the tips is to break up, like to give your page a border, and it just seemed like it went endlessly until I added that bright color, and it kind of just brought your eyes back in. So thank you, Rosa, for that tip, because I would have just kept going, and then it might have turned into a hot mess. But I thought this was fun. I'm looking forward to July's prompt. I got a whole book ready for it, and I am super excited to see what everyone else is going to create, what their pages are going to look like. So here's a close-up of my pages. So yeah, this was super fun. I can't wait. I love the fact that you can get messy with it. I had colorful fingers by the time I was done with it, but I'm really happy with it. And if anyone has any suggestions about what kind of glue I can use that this won't happen once I start adding different mediums to it, you see like it starts breaking apart, please leave it down in the comment field down below. I would love to know what everyone else is using. All right, guys, as always, I thank you for watching. Make sure you search the hashtag Coming Up Roses so you can see what everyone else's art our collage art journaling monthly challenge creations are. And I'll catch you at the next video. Bye.